We are live. I'm Rich Lieberman. It is the Tuesday Media Pulse. And I hope you're having, boy, that's nice to always have a bug fly in your face when you go on the air, but we're talking about live television. So what have you. Um, Look, I have complimented and obviously criticized to the max KRON. Who wouldn't? Who couldn't? They make it very easy. And just when you believe that they're making, things happen, that they're becoming more respectful, that they are, hiring decent people in line of the fact that they are not in any way, shape, or form near their years and years ago image of being the old KRON that we knew and loved with people like Evan White and Pete Wilson and Tom Sinkovitz and all the great people that KRON used to have, and they morphed into the skeleton crew that they become, and hiring these anchors and reporters, some of whom look as if they just exited high school. And in light of all that, every now and then they've become more respectful. They've become more, shall we say, adequate, which, given the fact and the nature and the reputation of KRON, would be quite commendable. And I have commended them. But the last few years, they are once again becoming more and more like the old KRON, lowercase, the little letters. And it all kind of begun with the fact that they had this horrible, horrible, horrible news director who ruled and ran and did his job based upon fear and intimidation and being a complete and utter jerk. I'm talking about Aaron Pirro. Most of you don't even know who he is. He was a news director at KRON. Very, very controversial, very much detested, not respected, etc. He leaves, finally. And who do they get? Well, they had a few other people, but namely this guy named Josh Palevsky, who is their current news director. By all accounts, decent guy, but clearly, based upon what I know, what I have heard, over his head. Now, it doesn't help the situation when you're over your head, when you don't have the respect of the workforce, especially the rank and file, the people who have been there for a while, when you don't have support from corporate, and when corporate itself, and in this case, Nexstar, is making moves which indicate, and I've known for weeks now, but now it's being confirmed to me, that Nexstar, part of the CW, the network that they carry that has programming, et cetera, they're about to make a lot of cuts. And of course, Nexstar, which owns KRON and other television stations, has given very little support, money mainly, to one of their biggest stations. They have a lot of stations in small markets. One of their bigger stations is KRON. You would think that they would understand that they're a top 10 market and that they would give support and that they would hire decent people, if not spectacular people, and make sure that they had enough financial there and support there to run an adequate news operation. And that's not just money in terms of finances and equipment and all that stuff. People. And that has not been the case. So what I'm hearing now is, hey, haven't you heard this before? There's going to be more cuts. There's going to be more, shall we say, cutbacks in terms of the budget in the news department and all that. You know, what makes me so, I'm angry, not angry. I don't even work there. I guess I'm naive. I guess I would say to myself, wouldn't they know this? Wouldn't they do something? It's not just Nexstar, but Nexstar is one of the prime people I'm talking about in this instance because they own KRON and other television stations. But wouldn't they be more, dare I say, pragmatic? Wouldn't they understand that you have already a newsroom that is in complete and utter distance from the present day operation, that they have no faith pretty much in Palevsky, that they know he's got Piro DNA, that they understand that in order to make things happen and to keep things at least adequate, at the very least, that they simply have not done that. Thus, you have this taking place. It's not a pretty picture. It's going to get worse. And boy, oh boy, are they fretting January. KRON is in the midst of being in a complete and utter shakeup. I don't know how it's going to translate other than mass layoffs again, behind the camera people, in front of the camera people. And of course, my best guesstimate is that it will involve news execs. Where it leads to, I have no idea. I'm just giving you what I understand and what I know now. And of course, I get more specifics. I will let all of you know. Thank you.